Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at Solana, see what's going on. Just to kind of preface here, Solana's still looking pretty strong. You see a lot of these candle wicks down, kind of implying a lot of buying pressure, but it's starting to lose its momentum just based on the simple fact that Bitcoin is printing a symmetrical triangle with a lot of bearish confirming factors. So I'm still under the bias that Bitcoin's going to continue lower to that 66K range. And if so, I think Solana could correct itself. We're going to talk about support levels, resistances, all those things here, but we're starting to see that shift in momentum here, and that even though it's looking very strong and it should continue higher, Bitcoin makes a run towards 66K. We might even see this 0.5, 0.618 fib level retested for Solana. So I'm going to get my longs ready, so to speak, but I'm not willing to buy in right now, just to give you perspective there. So hopefully that makes sense. I described that correctly for now. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the back-end data, start with liquidation, go from there. And before we get started, folks, just hit the like button, help grow the channel. We're getting average of 50 to 100 likes per video, and if we can get that doubled, it'd be super helpful. Just get this in front of more people, because we get a lot of community members coming over from destroyed communities based on the simple fact that they're trusting these people that are kind of wannabe traders, and they are more so just telling you to take longs at every single breakout. And breakout trading is not the way to trade right now. So just some friendly advice. Be very careful, and who you trust. You should trust nobody. Honestly, just do your own due diligence. But hopefully what I impart here with you could stick and resonate and perhaps help you in the future. So take a look here the last 7 days. We can see 172.5 is that heaviest concentration liquidation. But if we add up here, each one of these is about $250 million. So 1, 2, 3.5, maybe 3 to 3.5 billion between now and 173. So wouldn't be surprised if Solana, just for example, Bitcoin kind of calms down, relaxes, Solana pumps up to that level and then starts to pull back. Because we are printing a double top for the moment, but I did mention to my community earlier, careful trusting a double top when everything else is bullish. Keep in mind that may be shifting its dynamic now, because again, as a trader, you always have to remain vigilant and make sure that you're not just blindly taking positions based on overall trends. But again, the trend is still your friend too. So we got to respect the fact that Solana is in good shape, and we're going to talk about what's going to happen if it falls apart. So taking a look here, we got a pretty significant delta. There's too many longs here. This leads me to believe we will see a reversal soon from Solana. A lot of the reasons why double tops do exist is because of liquidation and or just the fact that too many positions take trades at too high a price point. While Solana could break out, it makes no sense right now with the overall top that Bitcoin has tentatively to take along with Solana just to the moon, as they say, the metaphorical moon, right? Again, while I still believe Solana should see 200 plus again, it's probably not going to happen right away. If it does happen right away, then that means Bitcoin's trending towards 70 plus, okay? And that's a good sign, but we're not there yet. Having said that, the liquidation delta is too high in my personal opinion, so unless that starts to taper off soon, which it kind of is already, we will probably see a pullback from Solana. We can see open interest here is about 165. So folks, a lot of late longs here are soon to be break even, if not in the red, if they're not careful. So I don't necessarily recommend a long at this point, even though it does seem fairly indicative that Solana's looking good. It's honoring its ascending trend, still above most moving averages. We gotta respect the trend. I still want you to understand the overall market too. All right, so having said all that, let's take a look at the daily and work our way down. So we're above all moving averages. We're gonna see this as a consistent denominator for most coins. Same thing as well with RSI. While most coins are not exuding this kind of behavior, Solana is one of the few coins doing really well. We can see we haven't broken through 70. We got that tentative resistance above us. I think 172 to 173, that area of liquidation, that will be our resistance level. So hypothetically, the price goes up to that range, we'll probably see rejection off the RSI and taper off here. Again, 70 in the RSI is generally construed as a resistance range. But again, this is different than most other coins. We can see the money flow index is increasing, or essentially above the RSI. And that's a very good sign. That means there's more money flowing into the coin than people are perceiving this as a good value. So while it's moderately overbought, there's more sustainability, okay? And it's why you want to pay attention to money flow index. It really helps a lot. Just be careful trading MFI on Mondays or weekends, because it does have a tendency of giving you false positives. So let's take a look at the MACD, still converging. Everything's good here. So folks, we got almost a double doji candle forming here. Generally, double dojis have a strong sign of reversal, implying that the price can't go much further. So I would still be willing to gamble that the price is going to pull back here for Solana. Just again, because we're testing that ascending trend. So let's talk about that here. While the ascending trend is never exact, in fact, we could probably move this out some. We technically haven't broken it yet if you kind of align it with the 20-day SMA, which I like to do. That's my personal priority, if you will. Oftentimes you'll see the candle wicks, like in this example, while they are working with a trend like this, we're still above the 20-day SMA. So it just gives me perspective. The 20-day SMA in the 4 hour is a really good indicator of like kind of where the overall momentum is. And if we're above it, we're still in decent shape for the price to likely go higher. We're below it, we got to respect the fact that it could continue lower. Same thing with SUI, and I know this is a Solana analysis, but SUI had a very similar scenario where it lost its 20-day SMA, if I'm not mistaken, on the daily, and it is starting to run. So it lost its larger time trend line, and once you see that, you recognize that there's a crack in the glass, right? It's going to potentially explode or shatter soon. Okay, we're not there yet. We're not in shatter city yet, but it is getting closer, right? We can see that's on the horizon. And again, Bitcoin pulling back the way that it is, I don't really love what I see here. MACD is diverging here on the 4 hour too. This gives us confirmation that the shift in momentum has started. We could even argue that this is somewhat of a symmetrical triangle, which we are seeing too. Again, if you didn't catch my Bitcoin analysis, there is a symmetrical triangle here looking to break down, and you can kind of see that forming. Okay. Now, not all triangles are the same, but you generally have a situation in which the price establishes lower highs and higher lows and eventually compresses. It's generally construed as like a Bollinger Band breakout. So we'll see here if that occurs, but this is certainly looking like it's shaping up to want to break down soon, just based on that sentiment. Let's take a look at the Ichimoku cloud and confirm. We're still above the cloud. Again, this runs concurrent with the trend line. So as you can see, I updated the trend line based on the 20-day SMA and the 4 hour. The Ichimoku cloud has a tendency of running concurrent in a lot of ways with SMAs, letting us know the overall trend. We're above it. That's a good sign. Solana still has a great chance to continue higher. However, the lagging span is soon to intersect with the price action, pretty much already is, and the conversion line's intersecting with the baseline. That tells us the momentum shift has occurred and that we are tentatively topped out. So when I see these things, I generally sell my long position in profit. And I know that's such a strange term, right? Because if you're new to my channel, perhaps you'll know that taking profit is sometimes a 4-letter word. You'd much rather trust the moon, right? Because that's a 4-letter word as well. But the truth is, if you don't take profits, you're not going to secure any kind of profits. You're not going to be a profitable trader. There's never been a profitable trader in the history of trading that never takes profit. Okay, so again, diamond hand holder, all that ridiculous stuff you hear in crypto, that should not apply here. At least if you are using any form of leverage, or if you are, consider yourself to be a swing trader or day trader, right? Again, please be careful in how you trade. Obviously, just make sure that you're securing profits when you can. If I was in a long right now, I probably would have taken profits in the 170 range, just because that's a key level resistance here. So far, I don't like to take longs at the top of a trend. So it just doesn't make any sense. So I know a lot of other folks online are probably saying otherwise, but it's just never a great strategy to be a breakout trader. You'll get lucky a few times, but I tell you what, statistically, it is a low success rate, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense in the market right now. Unless Bitcoin's trending towards 150,000 and the Bitcoin dominance drops down below 50%, we have no reason to take long breakout trades. It makes no sense. Okay, that's all I got. That's my high horse. I hope that makes sense. I described that correctly. Make sure you check out Bitunix too, folks. Link down below. Just take advantage of this offer before the month's over. If you're part of our community, you're automatically eligible for this every time they offer it, which at this point is roughly every couple months. And then the inverse there, of course, as well, is if you're new, you can use this link and essentially benefit as well. So check it out. Easy money, fun stuff. Great no KYC VPN exchange. We'll look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Thank you.